Welcome you all to the course on discrete time signal processing. This video lecture is about C programming for linear convolution. It's a part of your unit 5, that is DSP processor. Let me explain convolution first. So if the input of the system is x of n and the impulse response is h of n, then output of the system can be expressed as y of n is equal to x of n convolution with h of n. Okay, so here we are doing discrete. We are taking the inputs in discrete and impulse response also in discrete nature. So we need two sequences, x of n as well as and h of n. Okay, if I perform a convolution between x of n and h of n, I may get y of n as the output. Okay, for a linear convolution, let me take the number of samples in x of n as L. Okay, and the number of samples in h of n as m. Okay, then y of n should have L plus m minus 1 number of samples. This we have studied in the basics of your signals and system. Okay, so first we'll start with, so before that let me take for example I am going to take x is equal to 1, 2 and 3 and h is equal to 4, 3 and 2. Okay, these are the two sequences I am going to take for my explanation. So initially I start with hash include stdio.h. Okay, it's a standard input output library file. Then I go for the main function void main. So I'm going to define the pointers. Okay, so int star x and h, y, x n length, h n length, l, m, I, n and k. Okay, these are the variables I'm going to use in my program. Okay, so I have defined x, h, y, length are pointers. Okay, and the variables l, m, I, n, k. Okay, so first we are starting with the x. Okay, so I am assigning address 0xC0000 for the input x. Okay, then I am assigning the address 0xC000100 for h, which means that maximum I can give 100 number of inputs. Okay, that's why I am writing the program. If you are planning to give more than 100, you can extend the memory. Okay, so h is equal to 100, and after performing the convolution between x and h, the resultant will be stored in the address of 0xC00,000. Okay, so which means that, for example, if I am giving 1, 2, 3 as an input, okay, as a x, okay, then that will be stored in 0th location, first location and second location. Okay, and similarly for h, so the starting address is 100, that is 100. Then in the 1000, 4 will be stored, 101, 3 will be stored, 102, 2 will be stored. Okay, rest of the memories will be free because we are taking only 3 samples in each sequence. Okay, after assigning the inputs to the corresponding address locations, let me go for the next one. So y, so y is equal to, I am assigning some memory address. Okay, that I will explain in the last. Then I am going to assign the length of the x and the length of the h. Okay, for length of the x, I use the memory 0x C00010000. Okay, which means approximately 10,000. Okay, in the 10,000 address, I use the length of the x. Okay, the length is nothing but number of samples in the sequence. Here the number of samples are 3, so in that address location 3 will be stored, that is for x. Similarly, in the next upcoming location, for example I think 1000, so in the 1000 they have stored the length of the h sequence. Okay, here the length of h sequence once again 3. After getting all this, you can go for the l and m. I am assigning L is equal to length of x and assigning m is equal to length of h. So now L is equal to 3 and m is equal to 3. So far my initial steps are over. Okay, now it's our duty to write the programming main portion of your programming. Okay, so I have taken a I variable. So initially I am going to assign y of I is equal to 0, x of L plus I is equal to 0, and h of m plus I is equal to 0. For the first step, I is equal to 0, that is y of 0 is equal to 0, x of 3 is equal to 0 because L is equal to 3, and h of 3 is equal to 0, and that's what we have done here. So y of 0 is equal to 0, x of 3 is equal to 0, and h of 3 is equal to 0. Okay. After assigning all this, you can enter into the next for loop. Okay. In the next for loop, I have mentioned the first step. Okay. Your output samples are nothing but n plus m minus 1 number of samples. Okay. For example, if I am having 3 in the x and 3 in the h, then your output is going to have 3 plus 3 minus 1, totally 5 samples. Okay, totally 5 samples. So here my for loop starts with 0, so I can take the value of n which is lesser than L plus m minus 1. Okay, it has to be executed that many iterations. Okay, now next I will enter into the next for loop. Okay, next for loop is k is equal to 0. So here this is for k and this is for n minus k. Okay. Okay, so initially when both the for loops are, that is this and this, when both the for loops are initial values, that is n is equal to 0 and k is equal to 0. Okay, now your y of 0 will become y of 0 plus x of 0 into h of 0 minus 0. Okay, which means that y of 0 is equal to y of 0 plus x of 0 into h of 0. What is x of 0? X of 0 is nothing but 1. Okay, x of 0 is nothing but 1 into h of 0. What is h of 0? That is nothing but 1, sorry 4. So 1 into 4. Okay, then this will be 1 into 4 plus y of 0. So what's the y of 0 initial value we assigned? 0. So 0 plus 4 is 4. That is your y of 0. Okay, so this is the first iteration is over. Now coming to the second iteration, I have to increase the values of n. Okay, since my outer for loop will be executed till n greater than, when n is less than n plus m minus 1, till then it will be executed. When n will become equal to L plus m minus 1, the loop will be terminated. Now I will change n is equal to 1. When I change n is equal to 1, and once again k can be 0 or k can be 1. Okay, so let me take n is equal to 0 and k is equal to, sorry, n is equal to 1 and k is equal to 0. Okay, then y of 1 is equal to y of 1 plus x of m, sorry, x of k. Here the k value is 0. So x of 0 into h of n minus k. Here the value of n is 1 and k is 0. So this become h of 1. Okay. Now y of 1 is equal to y of 0 plus x of 0 into h of 1. X of 0 is nothing but 1. Okay. And h of 1 is nothing but 3. So 1 into 3 will become 3. So the initial values of y of 1 is 0. So 0 plus 3 is 3. Okay. So this portion is we have completed. Okay. Next I have to do the x of 2 with h of 1. Okay. Okay, now I will increase the inner loop. Okay, inner loop is k now. So initially it is 0. Now I will increment by 1. So now n is also 1, k is also 1. Okay, once again we will do that y of 1 is equal to y of 1 plus x of 1 into h of 1 minus 1. So it will become h of 0. Okay, where x of 1 value is 2 and h of 0 value is 4. So 2 into 4 is 8. So the previous values of y of 1 is 3, not 0. Okay, we should take the value of y of n in the previous value, we should not take the initial value. Okay, so y of 2 is equal to 11. Okay, so similarly we have to continue for the third iteration. So for the third iteration we should take n is equal to 2. Okay, and k is equal to 1, 2 and 3 and so on. So okay, If I keep on performing this, so I may get the y of n is equal to 4 comma 11 comma 20 comma 13 and 6. Okay, so we had 3 samples in x and 3 samples in y. So mandatory I should have 5 samples in my output sequence y of n. That's all about this video. If you have any queries, you can mail to me at arunkumar@savitha.ac.in. Thank you.